This is Christy with Skirt the Ceiling. So we are live today to talk about what business formal is, and I've done a couple of these now, and my team always encourages me to dress up. I think they're trying to tell me something. And I always said, don't worry, the time will come, and today the time has come because we are going to talk about what business formal is, and I've worn my old reliable gray pantsuit. I have worn this suit for countless presentations, a couple of very important interviews, and meetings. And that's why I think business formal is so important, because for most of us, like, I don't wear business formal, but for most of us, it's gonna impact the most critical moments in our career. For example, when you're interviewing or you're at a networking event, you're trying to meet new people, trying to get that job, or you're presenting to a client that could change the fate of your career. So business formal is very important. So what we'll talk about today is what business formal is, and then we'll answer some questions from you guys. And if you have questions, feel free to put them in the comments, or you can always email us at info@skirttheceiling.com. Okay, so what is business formal? Business formal is, for women, usually a suit of some sort or a very nice dress that you wear to the most professional or formal of occasions. For example, like your interview, or if you're in a very conservative industry, you always need to be wearing business formal. However, I will like to note that just because something, for example, is a black pantsuit, it doesn't mean that it's always going to be business formal. There are always things that you can do to make it more casual or more formal. And the way that I like to think about it is like you have a bucket of points, like formal points. So if it's a black pantsuit or a black skirt suit or whatever, it starts off with 90 points, for example. But if you wear like a ridiculous colored top, or you're wearing crazy heels, you kind of like take points out of the bucket and it becomes less formal. So nothing is exactly as defined, and that's why it's so important to get all of this right, because you could do something that kind of blows up your business formal attire. So classic examples of business formal are your pantsuit, dark colored, your skirt suit. You can also wear a nice dress with a blazer on top of it, but usually the blazer is what separates a business formal outfit from a business casual outfit. However, even within business formal, there's different levels, right? So when I'm interviewing, I'm wearing a more formal level of business formal than if I have to wear a suit to work. Sometimes I'll even wear a nice work dress and put a different colored blazer over it. But if you're interviewing, for example, you're gonna want a suit and pant or suit and skirt that has the same material. So it's cut from the same cloth, it's the same color, same texture, same everything. And you might think, maybe I can get away with two different kinds of black, but you'd be surprised. People who've been wearing suits a long time, they can really tell when you're not wearing a matching suit, and that is critical for the most formal of occasions. So it's also important to understand, for example, shoes, the accessories that it goes with. For me, business formal is closed-toed, closed-heeled, no question about it. And the height of the heel would be, I would max out at 4 inches. I think 3 is much safer, literally. In terms of your accessories, I think everything should be minimal and shouldn't distract from what you're wearing. So if I were really at an interview, I would pin my hair back, because you don't want your hair in your face. So the question that I get the most often about business formal is, do I need to wear pantyhose? And so I will say again, if it is the most formal of occasions, the answer is yes. If you're wearing a suit every day to work, I'd probably say no, especially not in Houston. People do not wear pantyhose in Houston. It is way too humid for that. But for example, if I'm wearing a pantsuit, I don't need to wear pantyhose per se. I'll wear my sheer socks, my knee socks, so it looks like I'm wearing pantyhose. If I'm wearing a skirt suit, the reason why sometimes it's important to wear pantyhose is, one, you don't want to show bare skin, because it's not great for conservative industries. And then also, if you're wearing pantyhose, especially for a dark suit, it helps make sure that the line of your skirt isn't broken when it goes and it meets the point where your skin starts showing. So the pantyhose is important, especially if you're wearing a dark color. You want to match the color of the suit. You don't want to be wearing nude colored pantyhose, because then that kind of defeats the purpose of not breaking the line of your skirt. Another question that I always get is, how do you stand out when you're wearing business formal? For example, if you're at a networking event and everyone is wearing basically the same thing. So I think that's a great question. But first, I challenge you to say, are you trying to stand out in that situation, or are you trying to just be confident in knowing that you look good? So there's times, for example, if you're the guest speaker or you're on the stage and you're the center of the attention, you should absolutely stand out. And those are times where maybe you want to go for a little crazier suit color, or you want to do something like flashier shoes. Sorry guys, cut out for a second. But if you're at a networking event, I would say that maybe you don't want to be standing out with what you're wearing. So one great way to stand out is to smile and be a normal person. But if you do want to add something cute and make yourself feel more confident, some things I've noticed is, for example, you can write yourself a little note and put it in your pocket and look at it. If you're nervous before a networking event, you can wear some simple jewelry that means more to you than it does to other people. Oh, we just got a question. And I'll get to that in a second after I finish this one. And also, basically, I would say if it's a networking event or if you're trying to do an interview, don't think about it as standing out with what you're wearing, but more with who you are and what you're saying. So we got a question from Samantha. Thanks, Samantha. Where is a good but affordable place to get matching suits? Good but affordable. Okay, first, you gotta find the sales. But it is important when you're finding sales to find things that fit you. However, if you find something on sale and it's too big, you can always buy it on sale because it's cheaper and then get it tailored to you. I've bought like a size L blazer and then gotten it taken down to fit me just because it was on sale and it was so cheap. Some classic places are, for example, Ann Taylor and Banana Republic. When their things go on sale, they become much more affordable. Loft also has a good affordable number of matching suit pieces. If it's for an interview or for a very important occasion, I would stay away from the fast fashion brands because the material is not going to be great. So this is an Ann Taylor suit. I've had it since college, which I don't want to tell you how long ago that was, but it's a long time and it's lasted me through that. But I've also bought things from H&M or from Zara that just tend to not last as long because of the quality that it is. Alright, so I don't want to keep you guys on for too long, but I do think that it's really important to understand what business formal is. And the last thing I'll say is a lot of people in Houston or in Texas, they think that wearing cowboy boots is a thing, but I want to let you know that that is not a thing elsewhere in the rest of the country. So be careful about that. Some things are very regional, and that's the lesson overall for all of you is, especially if you're on the West Coast or the East Coast, know what it is in your specific area. And also if you're traveling, just stick with what is more universal across the country. So like a normal dark colored suit with pumps, flats, that's gonna get you through the day and through the important occasions. So thank you all again for tuning in. Let us know if you have questions and you didn't catch us live, but we really appreciate it and we always love hearing from you. And ladies, it's time to skirt the ceiling.